King David Daniels, a person who marks a trail for others to follow, trailblazer. A person who helps create or develop new ideas or methods, pioneer. In 2012, Dr. Susan Simpson Hull charged us to create an award ceremony in honor of King David Daniels, trailblazer and pioneer. David Daniels was the second of 7 children. After graduating from the public school in Dallas, he received a Bachelor of Science degree in biology from Bishop College. Later, he earned a Master of Education degree and an honorary Doctorate of Humanities degree from Bishop College as a reflection of his importance in the community. Additionally, he did special studies at the University of California at Los Angeles. David Daniels began his teaching career in Grand Prairie as head teacher at Dalworth School in 1939. There was an enrollment of 21 students and 2 adults who were enrolled in a special class. The Dallas County School trustees received petitions to build a school closer to the area after a child lost a foot. The petition was approved, and our first school was built on the corner of 19th and Beaumont Street. In 1942, Grand Prairie School Board President G.W. Spikes donated 5 acres of land south of Sherman Street for a larger school in 1955. Dalworth expanded from an elementary school to include high school. The following year, 1956, Dalworth High had its first graduating class with 5 students. In 1966, Dalworth once again became an elementary school. It was one of the most promising elementary schools in the Grand Prairie Independent School District system. The school was renamed for David Daniels in 1998. A new school was built in 2000, David Daniels Academy. David Daniels taught and was promoted to principal in the academy that was named in his honor. After serving tirelessly as a phenomenal principal for 33 years, David Daniels retired in 1975. Upon his retirement from the Grand Prairie Independent School District, Dr. Daniels served on numerous religious, civics, educational, and community boards and received awards and salutations. Dr. Daniels' lifelong commitment was to wear the mantle of his change magnificently. If one were to make a summary statement of Dr. David Daniels' 83-year life, a uniquely approached one would be a charge to keep, I have a God to glorify. Scholars, what will your life summary statement read? What type of legacy are you intend on leaving? How many trails will you blaze? How many lives will you not only affect, but change? The gifts and talents that you have been blessed with are to be passed on to others. We rise by lifting others.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Byrne. When I think of education, the first 2 words that pop into my mind are privilege and opportunity. Growing up, I was often told stories of my great-great-great-grandmother who was a slave and thus wasn't allowed any form of education, formal or otherwise. Generations later, my own grandfather was often pelted with stones by white students while trying to attend his school during the desegregation of Texas public schools. However, it was his determination for higher education that allowed him to graduate from a top HBCU and become a top research scientist. Education opens the door to opportunity. Education is what allows the immigrant to come to the United States with the goal of giving themselves a better life. Education is what allows a kid like me to have the aspirations to go into a giant industry such as investment law or asset management. However, I know I didn't get here on my own, as I am the culmination of hard work and sacrifice. With that, I would love to thank my parents for both supporting me and for giving me role models. Luckily, unlike other kids, I didn't have to look far for people to look up to. I would love to thank my teachers for teaching me valuable lessons that you wouldn't get out of a textbook. And lastly, I'd like to thank the GPISD administration for promoting diversity and inclusion within our educational systems. Education is what will allow me the opportunity to pursue my career ambitions, but I also endeavor to use my education to give back to the generations behind me and create even more opportunities for our community. Thank you for this honor. I am deeply humbled and profoundly grateful.
Hello, my name is Michelle Mason, and I'm a senior at South Prairie Early College High School. When I think about education, I initially imagine being stuck in a classroom for 8 hours a day. But when I dive beneath the surface, I realize it means so much more than that. Education opens doors that would have remained nailed shut otherwise. Education allows me to change my life for the better and help others along the way. It gives me the opportunity to elevate myself in a society that wants to keep me down. Nelson Mandela said it best when he said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." I plan to wield this weapon to establish my career as a physician assistant. I want to improve the quality of life for the underserved members of our community. By improving their life and enhancing their health, I will make my mark on the world one patient at a time. Thank you for this incredible honor and opportunity.
Hello, my name is Xavier Williams, and I am a senior at the Prairie Fine Arts Academy. When I first started at Prairie Fine Arts Academy, I knew nothing of the world I was stepping into. All my life up until this point, I had no inclination as to how dancers became the dancers in music videos or ballet matinees. I was soon introduced to the dance studio, a place where people are educated on dance and often its history. That first day at GPFAA, along with many other first days, made me quite curious about the world. Every day, honestly, is filled with the search for untapped information, constantly asking myself, what else do I not know or understand? 2 summers ago, while attending a summer dance intensive, I began to realize my purpose. Day after day, dripping sweat, there was a point where I found out dancing uniquely isn't the goal. Instead, doing everything with intention is. Then a light bulb goes off. Intention comes by way of knowledge of self and purpose, which is then informed by knowledge of others and our world. Personally, I've been on a journey to deepen my skills as a human being and as a dancer, pursuing a BFA in dance and minoring in creative writing in the fall. From there, I want to dance all over the world, write some meaningful words, and just be intentional in my actions towards others, fulfilling the role that many wonderful people have fulfilled in mine, informing my purpose or at least my journey to it. Malcolm X once said, "Education is the passport to the future. Tomorrow belongs to the ones who prepare for it today." When I read these words, I summarize them like this: we can't be of any significant help or impact on others moving forward if we don't first educate ourselves today.
My name is Faith Janaku, and I am a senior at Ubisky High School. I plan on attending Stanford University and working in the health and technology industries. Dr. Jamili Abrams, my medical assisting teacher and health advisor, has supported me throughout my high school journey and has taught me the power of education. Renee Thomas, who supervised me during my internship at Billings County Hospital, has always been inspirational and has taught me to value the power of education. Both of them have constantly reminded and encouraged me to improve my communities and to further my education as an African American woman. And for that, I am truly grateful. Maya Angelou once said, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." Thank you so much for the David Daniels Scholarship Committee for awarding me this scholarship, and I will do my best to continue making others feel their best.
Hi, my name is Kara Jackson. Education is so powerful, it shapes our future. It gives us confidence. Receiving a good education brings many opportunities, like getting scholars, going to a college of your choice, and even pursuing the career you have always wanted. I plan on taking everything I've learned and applying it to my career path as an engineer. Success is not an accident. Success is actually a choice. This is a quote by Stephen Curry that I live by. It means that to be successful, we have to work for it, and that is why I strive to have a good education. My parents and teachers have played a huge role in my success, and I appreciate them for supporting me throughout my education.
Hello, my name is Joel Pennington, senior at Grand Prairie High School, and I'll be taking a moment today to talk to you about the power of education and how I use it to achieve my goals later on in life. I personally feel like education is powerful because it's something that once you have obtained, it cannot be taken away from you. I compare it to knowledge in that sense. It can't be taken away from you, and it's something that once you have, you use every day, and you can use it as much as you'd like. And in anything, you can help other people become better people. I'll use it later on in life personally, when I go on to college, of course, and to pass on to my children and to pass on to other kids and teens who will be my age one day and in my shoes. And I feel like education can be used ultimately to touch lives and make the world a better place.
My name is Samuel Osibamo, and I attend Grand Prairie Collegiate Institute. I came to this country from Nigeria when I was 4 years old, and as a young child, I always questioned the importance behind education. At the time, it always felt like I was forcing myself to get good grades. But as time went by, I soon realized that a great educational foundation creates amazing people. Since my parents made the ultimate sacrifice of leaving their home country to come to America, I knew that I needed to take advantage of every opportunity I could. However, as I grew older, I realized that my education is not limited to the classes I take in school. I started to take initiative and teach myself things like solving a Rubik's Cube and learning how to code. This pursuit for an education outside of school has opened me to many opportunities, such as the Lockheed Martin internship I currently have. As of right now, I plan to attend Texas A&M University while majoring in computer science. I believe that the education I receive from this institution and its organizations will have a great positive impact in my life. Like Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world, and I plan to use the education I receive to make a positive impact in my community. Thank you.
In closing, I'd like to say, on purpose. Every year, a word is chosen for me. This year, given the social unrest, the political rhetoric, the pandemic, the words to be my focus and answer are on purpose. Live on purpose. Love on purpose. Learn on purpose. Serve on purpose. As you begin your next journey, what will your focus be? On purpose. How will you live, love, and learn? On purpose. How will you serve? On purpose. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Romans 8:28.